got home from work not long ago, and I sat down to play for the first time in a few days. I'm feeling sad because a friend of mine's mother passed away sooner than expected. She looked at me like she had a lot of of his friends that she treated like her kids, and I was one of those people. She'd always refer to me as a son. So her name was Celine. Nice lady. She's not suffering anymore. Um, she always wanted to take piano lessons from me. Never got a chance to. So this live stream is dedicated to her. Just fooling around with stuff. was fine and dandy. I started in E flat, went over to F, and then to E flat, I believe. Right, E flat? Yeah. Yeah, I have some listeners. Wow, 14 listeners right now? Or is that 14 views in total? If that's 14 listeners, though, that's wonderful. Hey, welcome everybody. I think that's the most I've had in one shot. Let's do a foggy day in London town. Foggy day in London town. I don't know where I got that idea from, but I love when I do the... I don't just do octaves, but I do the... What would that be? So like... I don't know, I feel like that makes a big difference. Especially when you walk it. I can't even think tonight, man. I feel so bad for my friend losing his ma. I used to kind of try to play a song called Mother's Day I heard Russ Conway play it. I don't know if he composed it. I think it went something like. I can't remember how it goes. That's not right. Something like that. That's a sweet little tune, Mother's Day. I think that's what it is, Mother's Day. Yeah, man. Let's kind of cheer up the. Let's cheer up the vibe. Let's do a little. Da, 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 da. Here we are, out of cigarettes, holding hands and yawning. Look how late it gets. Two sleepy people by dawn's early light. Much too much enough to say goodnight. Here we are, in this cozy chair, picking a wishbone from the Frigidaire. Oh, two sleepy people with nothing to say, much too much enough to fade away. Oh, do you remember the nights we used to linger in the hall? Your father didn't like me at all. Do you remember the reason why we married in the fall? To rent this little nest and get a bit of rest. So here we are, just about the same. Foggy little fellow, busy little dame. Oh, two sleepy people with nothing to say, and much too much in love to fade away. Let's see if I remember this. Messed it up. Left hand is tired. Let's give the left hand a break. We'll play all in the right hand. Wait, no, have I played? God, I need new glasses. Have I played for Elise? I have not played for Elise. I tried doing it a little better. I tried doing it a little bit, not a little better. I tried doing a little bit. It's kind of, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Um, I'm sorry if I've missed some commentary. Eduardo Martinez, I think this is. Hello, I'm watching you from Mexico. Hey, ¿qué pasó, hey? Órale, México. Trying to remember how I played for Elise the other day, what key I did. I don't remember the next part. There's for Elise for you. I gotta get new glasses, man. I can't see. Actually, I did just go get my eye checked recently. I do need slightly stronger lenses. Yeah, that's how I do for Elise, and that's with minimal practice. It's just what comes to mind, basically. I'm not copying anybody's arrangement. It's just pure improv. I'm still. Man, what places you play? Oh, I play a little bit of everything here and there. Mostly, jazz stuff from, 1900 to like 1940. But I do a little bit of everything. Max, keenly sad. What's up, Max? You want to hear Fairthy Honey Blues? Let me make sure I play the right one. That's the. Oh boy, I gotta do my big octaves. Shit, what key do I play that in? I think I do E flat. No, I don't. What the heck key do I do that in? That doesn't feel right. What did I play it in before? There it is. That did. Messed it up, Max. There you go. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, if you have any requests, feel free to put them in here, and if I can freaking see the phone, I'll play it. My God, so I'm this far from the phone, and I'm looking at the words, and I'm like, I can't see it. It's nuts. I could just be tired though. I'm trying to think of another song that Max likes that I play. I'm gonna try to do a little James Booker for Max, part of a medley where everybody steals, not steals, but steal, Sunny Side of the Street. Sorry, pause, because I just stepped on a huge centipede that was crawling from under the piano, fully grown. Holy shit. That thing was like half the size of my foot. It's dead. It's gone. Wow, that was horrifying. I literally just looked down and I saw it crawling. God, I hate centipedes. Okay, back to the music. For Max. God, that centipede just jacked up my mind. That thing was big. Literally the half the size of my foot. That was horrifying. I'm just looking down, I'm playing, and it literally crawls from under the piano right between my legs. Mortifying. Spooky. Do Maple Leaf Rag by Scott Joplin. Maybe. Maple Leaf. I always play that different every time I play it. Do I know Joseph Lamb? I love Joseph Lamb. I don't play enough of his stuff. Top Line was the first one that I learned. Not gonna lie, my left hand is really sore right now. I'm also still thinking about that centipede, and I swear I just saw another one, but I know it's just my mind playing tricks on me. Ha! We're expecting that right for you. That's all I really know about Joseph Lamb, honestly. I always wanted to learn Alaskan rag, I think it's called. I can't even remember it. Shoot, how does that go? Can't remember it. That pretty song. Very, very pretty. It reminds me of Non-Peril by Scott Joplin. Non-Peril. I love that C section in Non-Peril. I've always thought that's beautiful. When I was a kid, I used to listen to that over and over and over. Just that section. I mean, the whole tune is beautiful, but just that. I used to think it was. I used to think it was just that. I didn't think it went. I thought it went down, so I thought it was. No, let me rephrase that. I thought it was. But instead it's yeah, very very pretty song though. Do you know any Fats Waller? I actually did a whole Fats Waller medley earlier. I don't know Brown Derby #2. No, I don't. Yeah, I played quite a bit of Fats Waller earlier. Um, I did I did Hold My Hand. I did, and I also sang Two Sleepy People. I played a little bit of Staying at Home, which I almost never hear. It's one of my favorite Fats Waller songs. Um, I can't remember what else I played. I think I did Honeysuckle Rose. Um, I'll do Squeeze Me. I didn't play that yet. Oh God, I messed it up. Come on, chromatic. Squeeze me. I think I'm gonna call it a night momentarily. thank you all for listening. Um, just wanted to get a little music out. I really so much appreciate you guys, guys and gals and all between and beyond, taking time out of your busy days to, listen to me play music and mess up and shout at myself and shout at the piano. It really means the world to me that people enjoy what I put out. So from me to you, thank you. Little Dick Johnson. Mr. Johnson signing off. Yeah, oh yeah, he's signing off. All right, all. Hey, sleep well, stay strong, and may no fully grown centipedes crawl underneath you when you're sitting in a chair, because that was some scary stuff. Let's see if I can be smooth and stop the live stream without putting my face in it.